Have you ever been declined a credit card due to...
So what's up, everybody, man? So I'm going, have to go grab some something from the supermarket, and yeah, I wanted to talk about this. Give him a walk. So I find it funny that O'Shea Dude Jackson, Angry Man, and what is it, Obsidian, they all on a different trajectory of what they said before. A lot of people forget what these people said, what these people did, because they erased it. Just like how how I was on the ass of Super Sly, like couple years ago, when I kept showing what this dude was saying, how he was lying all the time, and how he would pretend like he ain't say all this stuff. MOC's on the ass of Green Gorilla and what's that dude name? BGS Inmore and all these other different people. You can't. Some of these guys are fake, phony guys who pretend like they doing something different or saying something different or acting like they're on somebody else's side. Look, I watched Obsidian. I watched all three of them. I watched O'Shea talk down to men who dated other races. I watched him talk down to men who wanted options. I watched him talk down to SYSBM, passport bros. I watched him do that. This dude started out trolling Mad Bus Driver. And now he's trying to act like he's talking for black men. And the celebrity junk, I can't stand to listen to this dude, because I knew that he brung people into space like George Macomb. It's funny that I kind of find it funny that a lot of people who came from O'Shea, they don't admit that the reason why their numbers hit and the reason why they got all this, the reason why they got all these numbers and they got the clout they got is because they was on other people's panels. Have you ever seen Mr. Fantastic, or what I said, Mr. Simptastic? The same guy who was caping for Jessica X. Now he's on the Clubhouse or whatever that shit called. Leafy or Lapita, whatever the fucking people called. I don't know what that damn stupid ass thing named. But he on them did with arguing with them chicks. And he got kicked off. Or Bernard Riley, I don't check on him no more. Half of these people, man, I don't pay attention to them like that no more. I told people about Mr. Fantastic about 3-4 years ago. I knew that he was a fake red pill guy in the space, riding off the clout of the people that brung him in here. A lot of these dudes used to get a whole bunch of views. And it's not because of analytics. It's because It's mainly because they don't have those association no more, and they can't garner those kind of numbers like they used to. Your boy Vermeil comes back, he leaves and comes back. Somehow he's an enterprise man and he making big moves. But why is he coming back on YouTube every 6 months, 3 months, and then try to cultivate a following and then leave again? I told you what he was about a couple years ago. People can't say I warned a lot of people about these dudes in the space. O'Shea Dude Jackson was one of the dudes that brought all these different people into space. People that didn't give a fuck about none of the black men. People that didn't give a fuck about none of that. Jason Black is one of them too. He's a coon ass. He's a piece of shit dude who want to continue this bullshit. Like I said before, it's fun to listen to. But at some point, I even said it myself, it's boring as shit to keep talking about. It's boring as shit to keep talking about this shit. Talking about them and what they say Like, you see, I don't say nothing. I say it when it's update, when somebody asks me to do it. But other than that, I don't do it like that no more. And I didn't even know that I wasn't even putting out. I wasn't even know that I was putting out videos. My videos are so separated. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, damn, I don't be on here like that. But I'm starting to see. I had to talk about that, man. But I had to talk about this. O'Shea is probably a fucking super hypocrite in this space. This dude is constantly making argument points about, oh man, these guys, these women don't want them. It's like he's using guys, he using certain guys to go against black women to try to scare them and give them a scare tactic and say, oh, look at the good black men, they're leaving. Why don't you correct yourself, and then you might get these good black men back. And you have to understand that shit don't work. He's trying to negotiate or try to maneuver people that's not him. Remember, he was over there in, was it Norway and Ireland or whatever, Sweden or something. He was overseas trying to tell black men in America what the fuck to do. The dude who has a passport, doing a doctor in some other country trying to tell black men who to date. And making fun of guys with passports. That's the stupidest shit I ever seen. He left and went to fucking Uganda and all this other shit, and he still wasn't successful with the women in Uganda. And I'm like, okay. Back then I said, this dude is a fucking clown. He turned on MOT at one point. Made a live stream talking shit about MOT. He talked about MOT. He what is it? I forgot what happened to him. When ARC was alive, he had a fucking mishap with him. He did the same thing with Donovan Sharp. Everybody who he had partnerships with, it dilutes and get destroyed because he don't know how to team up with people. He ended up talking shit about him. He did the same shit with Ramil. He did the same shit with half of the people that he supported. And everybody that turned against him, well, everybody that he put on and sponsored, they turned against him because basically they was only cool with him when they was getting something. Like, what's that dude name? George Macomb. I knew that George Macomb was a fucking phony piece of shit, pro-black. When people was trying to argue with him on what that fucking shit called? The Sunday Rumble. When they was talking about him and he was telling guys to go date, single moms and they're good women and this and this and that, he said, somebody asked him a good question, and I remember this. He said, so if somebody dates your baby mom and you ain't getting no sex from your wife, are you gonna go over and try to sleep with your wife? Could you still sleep with your baby mom? And he started laughing and said, and then everybody was like, yo, this is the reason why niggas are not dating single moms. Cause niggas like you. And he was constantly just running his mouth about what black dudes is doing. Oh yeah, man, they need to stop doing this. They losers if they go overseas and blah 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 blah. Next minute you know, this dude get no views. A couple years later, he get what? Dude get 20 views, 30 views. I looked at his channel. He wasn't nothing without O'Shea backing and going on O'Shea shows. Same thing with Ramil, same thing with Mr. Fantastic. That's why you see a Mr. Fantastic and with the Lapid Network or whatever they call it. They need bigger YouTubers to do it. Same thing with Game Changer. A lot of these dudes' numbers are dwindling down because a lot of them are not needed anymore. Because a lot of these dudes were fake phonies and they act like they cared about men, but they only cared about men issues if it made them look like superstars. Made them look better. We all stood up for Game Changer. And see how messed up that shit was when Neon Eyes did what he did. Well, what that dumb nigga did, he went right back and got another motherfucking person beside him. That which was Jessica X. And what Jessica X do? Turn on his dumb ass too. It's like, man, I had to back away from that dude's channel. I'm like, man, fuck this, man. These guys are clowns out here, man. Fuck this channel. Same thing with Mr. Fantastic when he called me out my name in like a couple years ago. I was like, fuck this dude. I'm like, man, you gotta be kidding me. All this rah-rah, man bullshit that you trying to do, man, fuck this shit. And he started showing his true colors too. A lot of dudes are starting to show their true colors out here. Well, not starting, they've been show their true colors. I stopped looking at a lot of people's channel back in 2021. A lot of channels. I cut a lot of channels off. Obsidian, I cut him off the minute he called MGTOW broke, stingy, and cheap. And I bounced from him. I bounced from him when he let Kevin Samuels burn his subscriber base. And guess what happened? Kevin Samuels ended up talking about MGTOW red pill stuff. And guess what happened to Kevin Samuels? Passed away and died. And guess what happened to Obsidian? Broke his shit now. Asking for people to pay his internet bill. Who broke, stingy, and cheap now? Like, I hate that. Like, yo, nobody called these guys out of the shit that they said back in the day. Same thing with Angry Man. Angry Man was so game and, oh yeah, I got game and I'm a street dude and shit. I'm like, yo, he was using this street tactic shit, and then when dudes wanted to fight him, he basically backed down or catch a flight. That was the big joke because he was saying that shit the most. Then you had fucking O'Shea starting roast on streams and shit when he have beef with other people. Like, it became more of a, like, the Black Manosphere became like these three dudes let all these fucking wayward ass niggas in, the players, the fucking book offers, the dating coaches. It all came from these three dudes. And at some point, they're to blame the reason why a lot of these dudes are in the manosphere right now. And then you know what happened? Angry Man ended up leaving the manosphere, or supposedly got kicked out of the manosphere, and he changed his whole content to the people he used to talk about. How you used to talk about Passport Bros and SYSBM, but then turn around and act like you with them 2 or 3 years later. That's why nobody trusts him. Same thing with Obsidian. Oh yeah, Passport, y'all just running from your problems, blah, blah, blah. Oh, SYSBM, they gotta hang out with their family at the cookout. That whole fucking thing about the cookout shit, that was Obsidian. And then the worst offender of them all was fucking, what's that dude name? O'Shea. O'Shea talked a million insults of men who want to do something different. He brung all these pro-blacks in. He brung all these women in and gave them numbers. But when this dude decided to nuke his channel and change it to celebrity junk and all this other crap that he did, he changed it. Everybody who was riding his coattail, all their channels went nuked. YouTube ain't what it used to be. That's why everybody moving to TikTok and Facebook. And even Facebook is going downhill. Everybody's going downhill. Everybody losing money. They losing billions and billions of dollars. So a lot of these dudes' clocks is running out. Same thing with Austin Holloman. Austin Holloman is riding his Passport stuff, and I'm gonna tell you, mark my words, Austin Holloman is gonna say something different about 2 years from now or a year from now, and he gonna say something that he gonna do a completely 180. So we got the situation. We got a situation where a lot of these dudes are just lying and pretending that they didn't say something that they said years ago. O'Shea is the worst offender. This dude act like he's standing up for black men. That's one of the egregious things I ever seen in my life. He's like, yeah, man, you don't want these guys. These guys going somewhere else. So why you saying something about them, dude? You was the same dude who was telling guys that when Jason Kidd gave all those women HIV, all those black chicks HIV, Jason DJ Kidd, you said on a live stream that he took down, oh, you might as well get with these women. They need something. They need good brothers. They need good brothers to be with. It don't matter if you get. It don't matter if you get. What is it? He said it don't matter if you get HIV. It's medicine for it. You gonna get it anyway. And then people said, what the fuck did he just say? And everybody was calling him out on that shit. He deleted the damn fucking stream. This dude was. This dude said some outrageous things, but he kept taking down streams all the time. A lot of these dudes don't stand for nothing, man. Like, look, MOT was absolutely right about the space. At first, it was made for people to like learn and not get in the same situations and everybody else. And then it turned into this nigga hangout. I never really stayed on live streams for 8-9 hours. Usually, I'll be on them live streams for like 2 or 3 or 4. And then eventually I go right to sleep. And then I wake up and be like, oh, this live stream still going? This shit is ridiculous, man. But hey. I just can't believe. I hope people don't believe that O'Shea Duke Jackson is on your side. If you are Passport Bros, I don't know why you listening to this dude, because he was talking about you years ago. This is why one of the things that I don't do is trust anybody. I really don't trust people like that. I got to do a whole full background check of what you said back in the day and how you treated people for me to even be around you. Because then you're going to be around somebody who talked about who you was, who you are now, and they want to be around you absorbing your shit and taking advantage of you. O'Shea needs this celebrity junk and all this other crap that he doing. He need certain viewers to keep his channel afloat and keep that money going so he can trick off on in Uganda. And let's call somebody else out. Black Male Media First. Remember him years ago? Black Male Media First. The same dude who said he was looking out for black men. The same dude who got so-called Will Hunter as, sponsoring Will Hunter, talking about Will Hunter gonna make a good community and this and that. I'm like, dude, I have experience with Will Hunter. I was in one of his groups. He kicked me out because a old white fart chick told me to kick me out. So why would I trust this dude with a new, clean environment? Black Male Media First said MOT was going to make what was it? He said he was going to make. He said he was going to try to make the SYSBM Republican or Democrat organization. 6 months later, I called that out and said, hey, MOC didn't make nothing such a thing. MOC won that whole situation. Now, your boy Black Male Media First showed his true colors in chats and where he hang out at when he was around the same women he talked about in chats and Rage the Bad Guy channel. Oh, my bad. I saw the same dude in rewinds of live streams. I seen his name in Bomb Cherry's chat. I saw his name in Jessica X chat. I saw his name in Reg the Bad Guy chat with a wrench. I'm like, dog, you said that you ain't part of this ratchet stuff. You care about this and that. And somehow, some way you end up with these people. I'm like, man, you can't be trusted either. MOC was absolutely right about some of these dudes. Like, they will sell you out for like the smallest trinkets. Even for a piece of ass, they'll sell you out. If they got your location, they sell your location out to a woman that looked super good. And then you end up getting killed and robbed and all your shit taken. And they'll act like they didn't do it. You can't trust these dudes. And these are the guys who say they get women. Like I said before, man, it's guys like O'Shea that basically, we got a lot of O'Sheas, Angry Mans, and Obsidians in the black community, in the black sphere, in the black locations. We don't got a lot of guys like MOC out here. And I can't believe Austin Holloman, he having problems in Vietnam too. I think it's him. It ain't the country. It's him. He got scammed. He got scammed in Vietnam on taken somewhere. I forgot what he did. Every single country, it's all about women. And at some point, you gotta be past that, man. Like, he should have got that shit out of his system when he was in Brazil. My bad, he didn't stay there long enough to do that. And it's like, somebody told me that he wasn't successful in the Philippines with getting nobody. And even a couple people said, yo, you don't go there for that. Or you go there, if you do go there for that, you got to go to a certain location. You can't go to this location, that location, and do like that. Then he came at one of the girls that stood up for Passport Bros and called her a feminist. He sat back and called her a feminist and tried to make a live stream for her to come on, and she didn't come on. She didn't come at all. She didn't want to do the numbers, and he was just sitting there for like an hour. I got the playback for that stream, and I'm like, damn, this dude is chasing clout, man. He's a Passport player. And when I go under his comments, you know, I see the same player type dudes in them comment sections. But it's just like, okay, this is who you attracting on your profile. That's what kind of dude that you put yourself in. Because I saw a lot of dudes. I've been a lot of traveling channels. I don't hear a lot of these player passport dudes, unless the dude is a so-called player and use the word game and all this other shit. I'm like, it don't work that way. Them white dudes don't got no game. They're not going over there and, oh yeah, man, I'm sweet talking this girl, man. They're not doing that. But yeah, man, it's funny to me, man, that a lot of these dudes are hiding the stuff that they did, man. Like, you can't just take these dudes' words for it at all. These guys are fake phony, man. Never trust people who like to hide their history, man. These guys will burn down your house and then come around and console you and act like they never burned down your house and be like, yo, man, what happened, man? What happened, man? Oh, I can't believe that somebody burned your house down, bro, homie. But they was the ones that lit the match and burned your house down. That's how messed up these motherfuckers is. They be jealous and angry at you. Oh, yeah, man, I hate that dude, man. He getting money, blah, blah, blah. O'Shea Dude Jackson was trying to pander to a group of people. And the same people that he pandered to end up turning on him. All of the dudes end up turning on him. I can't believe how many people turned on O'Shea, and I'm like, this is what happens when you trust a lot of snakes, and then you push all the productive men under the bus. You let all these dating coaches and book offer dudes in space, but for some reason you thought they wasn't gonna turn on you. Somebody gave me an idea. to say to somebody. So if you got so much game, right? If you got so much game, and if I had a girlfriend or a wife, could you think you can convince my girlfriend, my wife, not for me to shoot you in your head, convince me not to shoot you in your head? So basically, if you got all this game and this swag, I'm gonna have a gun to your head, and then you're gonna talk to my wife or girlfriend and convince her to convince me not to shoot you. So it's gonna be on a timer. And if you can't, then I'm gonna shoot you. And I know these guys ain't good enough for that. That's why I say that good idea. And I'm not gonna say the person that gave me the idea, but I'm gonna say it wasn't my original thought. But he gave me something that I'm gonna be using. So, but yeah. I just can't. The videos that I hear this dude, I'm like, if people actually knew your history, and if people actually knew this dude's history, nobody would be listening to this dude. This dude said a lot of egregious things about productive men. And they thought that he can throw them out and trade them in for the dysfunctional. And then when the dysfunctional men threw him away and turned on him, now he want to act like he speak for him. Never let disloyal people speak up for you.